My name's Trevor.
So foreign to our conscious mind. So foreign to our conscious mind.
And this is High Desert Tactical.
So foreign to our conscious mind. So foreign to our conscious mind.
Hey, Trevor with High Desert Tactical, and I just want to thank you for checking out my channel. And this is my first video, and so it's gonna be kind of weird and may not make any sense. But if you want to leave comments, questions, criticism, just leave it down below and I'll get back to you. I have nothing better to do, so you'll definitely get a response. I guarantee it. But today I just want to thank you again for watching this, and hopefully you haven't moved on to a different video of like a cat doing dubstep or something. But so if you haven't guessed by the channel, High Desert Tactical, I talk about guns, and I like guns, and I believe in guns, and I just have guns. So we're gonna talk about guns. We're gonna talk about guns from kind of a layman's point of view, in my opinion, because basically I'd be a layman or an idiot, theoretically. Because I know that there's probably a few of you out there that think you know a lot more than I do, and by just the first few minutes of this you've already been like, this guy's an idiot, but you're still watching. So we're going to talk about concealed weapons today, like what I think is a good concealed weapon for man or woman, as long as you're of age and follow the appropriate channels, such as getting your concealed weapons permit, which I do have, just in case. So we're going to talk about the 9mm. This is a Ruger 9mm. This is the LC9. This is a fairly new gun to the market. It's probably my favorite of the guns I've had so far. I've had 40s, 45s, 380s, and a 9. A couple 9s. This is my first like actual compact 9. You can see she's pretty small. This is the big brother to the LC9. The LC9 is obviously in like scale wise, it's about an inch smaller than this, and it shoots 380. Some of you or all of you are very familiar with the LC9 or the 380 LCP. This is the LC9, so get that right. I'm a little nervous, so you gotta bear with me. Maybe I'll warm up and smooth out, but whatever. So this is the 9mm version of the LCP. This is probably the best of all of them, I think, in my opinion, for size and compact and portability. It has a 7-round mag, holds 7 rounds, and obviously one in the chamber. I keep mine chambered. What's the point of a gun if it ain't loaded, right? Plus, where I live like probably, I don't know, 8 miles from town, which is pretty far realistically, and my neighbor is like, the closest neighbor I got is a half a mile away. So I live on a farm. Anybody comes out here, I'm probably gonna deal with them on my own. So this is my reasoning, just in case you guys have any criticism about that. If you do. So let's continue. So the LC9 is probably one of the most comfortable guns to carry. I always carry mine in the pant holster. This is a Mike size 1, and it works very, very well. The fabric's very comfortable, it's breathable. It doesn't sink too bad. I'm just saying man-wise, and my lady hasn't complained, and so whatever. But it's obviously a very solid fit. Keeps the trigger guarded. You know, there's the clip. This obviously goes into your pant. This is on the outside. I normally keep mine on my right hip, a little bit towards the back, right above my hip bone. It generally is the most comfortable. Now, there's a few of you out there that probably think, well, the 9mm, man, the 45 is way better round. It's much more superior. Well, you know what? I'm just gonna say, let's say that you own a 45 and I own a 9. If I shoot first, and let's just say that I know how to shoot, because that'd be the reason why I don't carry a gun just to show it off like jewelry, which you don't show off a gun, just letting you know, but just we're theoretically speaking. And I hit you with this. This is one of those Fiocchi hollow points, okay? I'm just saying, if I hit you with this, it's gonna hurt, and I'm probably gonna have enough time to get away from you in your 45. I mean, a bullet is a bullet, and hitting a target is hitting a target. So that's just my theory. A gun is a gun, okay? So if anybody wants to BS about rounds, 380s, 9mm, whatever, I give anybody credit for, you know, going through the steps and becoming a concealed weapons carrier, as long as you're, you know, you're appropriate about it. Now that's on a serious point. I'm not gonna, you know, I might act a little weird, a little funny, but I'm very serious about it. I will never, you don't brandish a weapon, you don't, it's not your first resort, it's not even really your last resort. It's like if you're gonna die resort. Like, and you have the fear of God or whoever in you is this resort. But nonetheless, it's better to have it and not need it than need it and not have it. Kind of like a condom. That's for you guys. Well, ladies, you should carry those too, because, you know, I'm an equal rights opportunist as well. I believe in that. So that's kind of where we go for there. So I choose the 9mm, and I like a compact 9. Anybody that wants to talk about carrying like 10, 12, 14 rounds, that makes the gun like this big. Then you have a growth on your body. Now I know a guy, he's actually my concealed weapons permit like teacher, educator. He carries a 1911 45 in his hip. But I mean, he literally has that puppy out. Like when he's like bent over, he looks like he's pulling a land shark. That's for you, marbles. So I mean, I'm just saying, land shark with deadly force. But so that's kind of what's going on with this. There's a few features about this gun that I really do dig. One, it's a double action. I really don't care for single actions. They're pretty squirrely, and if you're really nervous, you can cause yourself a bunch of trouble. This puppy, if you're gonna pull this, you're doing it for a reason. It's not like your fingers slip, because this thing's gonna go all the way back here. So look at that. See that? I could go to the bathroom and come back by the time this trigger's moved, okay? Well, I mean, you can move it quicker, but that's my point. So that's the main reason why I really like this gun a lot. The other thing too is there's a couple safety features about this gun that I really dig. Obviously, it's got a safety on it that is like super, very prominent. It's not like a little tiny switch on the side or a little button that you can get confused with, you know, the ejection or whatever. But you know, so that's one good thing. The other thing too is it has the loaded when up. You know, if you can read, you got it. So when this thing is up, which is literally like 1/8 of an inch, and it's bright red on both sides, you know this puppy's got a round in it. And that's always kind of handy, you know, especially if you're, you know, want to make sure it's in there. So that's another feature about it. Breakdown on this guy's a little more difficult than your typical gun. Obviously the release is right here. It's got a little gate, pull it down. You need to get into the backside with like probably an Allen wrench or whatever right there. And you gotta push the pin out, and then you can slide the action forward and remove it, and then continue with your strip. And that works fairly well. This gun actually stays pretty clean after you fire it. I've broke this one in fairly well, shot about 500 rounds through it, and I'm very pleased with the movement. It's very smooth. I mean, it's a good gun. It's well worth the deal. I don't know if I actually said how much it was, but you know, it's $360 to $460, depending on if you get one with the laser. And the laser actually kind of makes this a little bit bigger, like size-wise from here, like adds a little bit more girth, whatever. But I didn't really need a laser. I've gotten down to the point where I can hit a pie plate at about 35 feet. So I don't know if I mentioned that either. So that's kind of my distance. I think anybody that like is learning to carry a gun and wants to be able to shoot it fairly well should always pick like a safe zone. So you have your safe zone, and if you ever needed your gun and you were going to use it, once whatever's coming at you to assault you gets in your safe zone, you are able to use this in a very comfortable manner. That's the whole point, okay? If it's out of your safe zone, you don't pull it, you don't do anything like that. You just want to be real serious and calm about it, communicate your issue, and just go from there. So, but that's kind of like where I want to start, and that's kind of my spiel on concealed weapons, a little bit on safety, which obviously you probably don't really take very serious, but that's the way you do it. You know, so subscribe to my channel, leave your comments down below, and I think it's on this side right here. Just hit that like button for me right there, and if I'm wrong, it's over here, like that as well. I'm hoping to put out a video every week. That's my goal. Can't really make any promises, but I'm trying to see how epic my beard gets, so you guys keep track of that as well. But I'm Trevor. This is High Desert Tactical, and I'll catch you on the flip side.